Welcome to Local Gods. My name is Marco Liu.
And I'm James Han.
And today we have the privilege of being with multi-hyphenate actor, singer, songwriter, content creator, entrepreneur. I don't know what else I'm missing, but like she basically does it all. Hello, Megan Lee.
Thank you.
What up?
Hello. It's really nice to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. And I started with Hello, Megan Lee because there are multiple Megan Lees that are in the media space.
Yeah.
There's like a white Megan Lee that does like tutorials. There's another Asian Megan Lee. Like there's quite a few Megan Lees. So I wanted to make sure I use your handle. It's Hello, Megan Lee. Is it Hello, Megan Lee across all different channels? Okay, cool.
That's me. Hello.
We got that out the way. We always like to start off with a little fun question. So since you basically grew up under the public eye, I have to ask, and this is something that James and I talk about a lot, what are the weird parasocial situations you've come across? Since people have literally seen you since you were a kid up till now. So do people come up to you like as if they actually know you personally? And like, are there strange things that happen because of that?
Oh yeah, 100%. It doesn't happen like every single time I meet someone who
Hopefully not.
who
That'd be
who
terrible.
sees me.
Oh my God.
but throughout the years I've had multiple instances. I think very early on, I think I was like 14 or 15, I've had a fan that was very, very very obsessed, to say the least, and she got my mom's phone number and everything, and like found like our like landline number, called up, was really mad about, I barely even remember anymore because it was so long ago now, but she was upset that I wasn't responding to like her messages, like back when YouTube had like DMs. They don't have that anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, they don't do it the same way, but that already sounds very creepy and like terrifying.
Yeah, I've had a few like scare instances of like, that was like my first like parasocial experience.
It's a hard one.
And you were 14?
Yeah, I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't
I
even
didn't
think...
really, I didn't really comprehend it though.
And you're a child too.
I
That
genuinely
gets me.
thought
Like-
I did something wrong. It was like one of those where I barely even knew what was happening, what was going on. I couldn't properly process.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, did you have so many moments where you're like, dang, can I be a child? Do I have to just grow up and that's it? Like, what were the moments where you could be a child like?
Not very often.
Yeah?
If I'm gonna be honest. I think I starting acting since I was 10. I was, I guess, unintentionally forced to grow up a lot faster than a lot of my peers growing up. I skipped a lot of school during middle school, especially. I didn't go to high school. I went maybe for like one semester because my high school that I got accepted into and was technically a student there, but they had a homeschooling program. So I was like in a separate room full of other kids who were being homeschooled, but a lot of them were troubled teenagers. It was like a mix of like troubled teenagers. Some were like athletes, some were disabled. And it was just like a mixture of like different kids, and it was a very small group, and I was kind of like separated from everybody else. So immediately I just felt like an outcast, like growing up. And so a lot of my closer friends were a lot older than me. It just naturally ended up being that way. And so I think it did affect my upbringing a lot to some extent. But I think on the bright side though, I think it did help shape my worldview in the sense of like, there's so many, like I was able to broaden my perspective on how I communicate with people.
Sure.
Yeah.
And understanding just like other people and like having more mature takes on conflict and things like that. So
Like, you almost had to learn how to conflict manage and like not upset people too much either? Or like, did you feel like you were almost forced to like be a people pleaser? Like in that... Oh man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's like so many layers to that and reasons too, besides just being a child actor. Like I did also grow up with a pretty like dysfunctional household. My parents are divorced. My dad was an alcoholic. I haven't talked to him since I was 17.
Wow.
And growing up, my mom and I were very close. And my dad was very much against my acting endeavors and things like that. And like when I started posting videos on YouTube, he was starting to get a little bit more interested and tried to like take over like the momager position. He wanted to be
interesting.
He wanted to be involved a little bit more once he started to see like
You got some motion.
Yeah, when I got some motion, when I started making money and things like that. And so there's that reason for being a people pleaser, but like I think just like constantly having to be on and like be professional and a lot of the things that are so inherent to being a kid, I couldn't really act like that on set, so it kind of just I felt like I was always performing for people.
Well, you're very well spoken for a 20-year-old. A 30-year-old. I don't know. Like I can never tell the agency these days.
I feel like I am not well spoken at all. I'm not
you
enough.
talk like a full adult. Yes. Yeah. So, well, before I forget, do you know who Jodie Foster is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why I brought this parasocial question, because she's like the textbook example where, like, do you know the backstory of why Jodie Foster is famous beyond being an actor?
No.
Someone, for whatever reason, thought, because obviously there's some mental illness there, they tried to assassinate the president of the United States at the time, Ronald Reagan, to get Jodie Foster's attention.
Really?
Yeah, that's a story behind the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan.
Wow.
And
That's
so,
wild.
That's weird.
I mean, thankfully, as far as we know, there's no crazy thing like that, right? It was a lady. It wasn't a guy that was like. Or there is a guy, but that's a different story.
I think what's really scary, especially nowadays, how the internet's just so much more like a glass box.
Sure.
You know,
you have
just
to,
a
you have
glass
to be
house.
careful with like people doxing
You just
you.
never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. I've had a few scares. When I was living in a streamer house, our address got leaked. Yeah, so there's been many instances.
How do you
where
fight
you're
that?
just like,
Or like
you can take precautions as much as you can, but like, you know, if you have a package, making sure that your background doesn't reveal any information when you share your screen, make sure that you don't have any tabs open that share private information, things like that. I was always very cautious of that growing up, and luckily, like, compared to, unfortunately, a lot of other child actors or child performers in general, my mom was someone that really, really was adamant about protecting me. So I luckily was in a lot of close call situations for sure, but I was able to get out of it.
Cool. I mean, like, that's crazy. I had no idea you were in a streamer house. Like, you've truly done it all.
Yeah.
My goodness.
that was around COVID too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a little before COVID. I left during COVID because it was not for me.
Sure. So getting back to the child acting, so was it more just your own personal interest that got you into it, or there was some like nudging, like, hey, I think you'd be good at this? Because that's always a tricky thing with child actors.
No,
right?
yeah, for sure. I was always into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew I wanted
to be a star.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it all. I was such an obnoxious like kid. I would sing in front of my family, and like I've always loved to perform and just sing and dance. And when I learned that, all the movies I love watching, I could do that. Wait, that's a job. I want to do that. And my parents are not in the industry, and so when I was like begging, like, I heard someone so and so at school has an agent. Like, I need an agent, Mom. And my mom would be like, just go to school.
Yeah.
Just do your homework. What are you talking about? You know. Yeah. But eventually, after lots and lots of begging, I think my mom, bless her heart, I love her so much, she did some research, just good old Google, you know, looking up, luckily we lived in LA, so looking up like local talent
best place to be.
agencies. Yeah, and sent in my school picture, and I got my first agent, and she found all the different ways to like submit me to auditions.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's how I built my resume and just started taking off from there.
Yeah, that was gonna be my quick follow-up question, but it's like your answer like made it very clear as day that you're an LA kid.
Yeah, I'm an LA
right?
kid. I was born and raised.
Even just saying,
in LA.
Mom, I want an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think if you were in Idaho,
it's very common actually.
Yeah, if you were in Idaho or if you were in like Wyoming, I don't know how common that conversation would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Northridge, and
La Cañada, Flint Ridge, Northridge, like that,
Northridge, yeah,
okay,
like Porter Ranch, Northridge.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, Porter Ranch.
Yeah, like
nice.
Chatsworth, Devonshire, all that.
So if you're a Southern California native, as some of our viewers are, the places you listed and your background means you're a certain type of Korean.
Oh, yeah.
So like
everyone says I sound like I'm from the Valley.
Yeah. There's a very specific like Valley Korean vibe that is different from the Koreatown vibe or the OC vibe. And then juxtapose that with like you actually being a prototypical trainee before like K-pop really blew up. Like how did that all happen? Because growing up as an LA kid, like, okay, it's not so unusual to like have a precocious kid be like, oh, I want an agent, I want to be on TV. But then you have like the slow rise of K-pop. And we've talked about that before, where it's like starting around 2002, the World Cup, Korea getting into the semifinals, and then 1.0 of K-pop, where like HOT, GOD,
first wave.
Oh yeah,
first wave coming out, and then you're coming of age as like I think at that time SNSD was and Girls' Generation was becoming a thing, and Wonder Girls, right? How did you like stumble onto K-pop from your own vantage point?
Watching TV with my family.
Okay, like
Korean,
KBS or
local Korean networks.
Wow. Okay.
Where they would like rerun K-dramas, like reality TV, competition shows, like live music shows, all of that.
What made an impression? What were first memories?
I think just watching, like one of those like music banks.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
I think I remember watching, Girls' Generation for sure, FX.
Okay.
I was a huge fan of FX and 21.
Oh,
21,
okay.
I think that had the biggest impression on me because their music videos were fire.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked how different they were, and they were cool and hot and just so fun and eclectic. And I felt like I saw. I mean, this sounds weird, but like in a way, I kind of felt like I saw myself. Like I want to do that. Like I related to how unique and different and weird they were too, and they weren't afraid. I just was so. I admired how confident they were in being different.
I wonder, like the perception in Korea. Like I obviously having not been there during that era, I'm curious if the perception of Korea is like really different compared to the States, because it seems like 21 has a huge fan base in America.
I think so. They do like a great job of girl empowerment. They really making like girls feel like badass, you know. I wouldn't say I was a personal
You're not
fan.
the target audience, James.
I'm not. I respect 21.
I haven't checked your
now
biology, but I don't think you're the.
It's okay.
Yeah, like I'm not cranking 21, you know, like
20. What's up with 21?
I even saw them. Okay, when they were in Head in the Clouds, like last year, or was that 2 years ago?
Last year.
That was last year.
Yeah.
When I saw the set, I knew all the songs.
Yeah.
But it hit. But for you,
wasn't-
like all the women. in
Yeah,
the crowd,
no.
yeah.
All the girls around me were like going ballistic.
Oh,
and I love that for them. But for me, within myself, I thought I would also get really excited because I like their songs. But I realized it just didn't resonate that deeply. Honestly, I'm a Big Bang fan, you know.
Oh yeah, Big Bang.
I'd
for
rather
sure.
just watch, you know.
You didn't have the requisite equipment to feel those things.
Correct.
And then since I was with you in that crowd, the funny thing was the women weren't even Asian.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the craziest.
true.
Yeah.
True.
Shout outs to Collected. They're a group of Connected. Shout outs to Connected, group of Black, Latin, and other ethnicity women that put on K-pop events all over the country.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, like it was a really
community.
really eye-opening experience. So 21, Girls' Generation, that was the era that kind of spurred your personal interest, huh?
Yeah. 100%. 21 was my first concert.
Okay. So was it easier for you, like being Korean American in LA, already plugged into the entertainment space, to kind of slide and be like, hey, I see what you guys are doing there in Korea. How do I get involved with that? Or was that a more convoluted process?
I would say it's a little bit more convoluted in the sense that, well, there is an SM Entertainment mini headquarters, like proxy office here in LA. It was very, very small, and I think it still is very small here. So.
Yeah, they're constantly like trying to funnel talent from LA and other major Korean American hubs back to Korea.
Yeah. So I did a lot of like local Korean singing competitions, like Changto. All that stuff.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so like the big festivals that are in local communities, either in OC or in LA. I did a lot of those.
Wow.
And I won quite a few of them. And
okay, flex.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
I won quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Definitely, it had the perk of being like one of the young ones, one of the few young ones. I feel like that's.
Wait, what songs were you singing though? Somebody to Love?
No. I was trying to be a diva. I was trying to sing. Like, I was singing like Christina Aguilera songs and like Beyonce, all of that stuff.
The powerhouse songs.
The things that like the Korean ajumas and ajoshis would want to hear, right? And be like, "Oh, 잘한다,"
Yeah.
And so through that, I think that's how one of the NBC
you got scouted or something?
Yeah, I got scouted by somebody and contacted my mom or became friendly with my mom and invited us to go audition at the SM headquarters in LA. And I think when my mom told me at that time, I was very young. I think I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. Maybe even younger. My mom was telling me that they wanted to ship me out to Korea. And my mom was like, no. Like, not without me there. Yeah.
To send your kid over.
Did she have an inkling of what, like, now because of Cat's Eye's experience and just general social media, a lot more people are aware of what it means to be a trainee. Like, we had Kevin Wu on.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I'm sure you know Kevin, right? And he was talking about how like even among the trainees in Korea, they would call it Sparta because it was so intense.
Yeah.
So like, did your mom have an inkling of like what
how intense
it would mean
could be?
if she were to send you? Okay.
Yeah, she knew. And also just like, she's very protective of me. And she had a feeling that it's just not going to be a good environment for me to go on my own.
Sure.
And she's right.
Yeah,
she's right. I feel like my life would be so different if I actually did go. But what's crazy is that I did end up going anyway, like years later though.
Yeah. So you came into this whole experience already with some experience under your belt in the American system, at least. Much more so than I feel like your average kid or even your average wannabe trainee anywhere in the world.
I would say.
Because like you've been on auditions, you've been repped already. Have you done? Did you do Disney work already by that point? Okay, so yeah, like you've already seen like the highest level of standard, at least even on the television level, right? So like, what ultimately brought you to Korea, like that interim time into your actual time in that industry?
So during this time I was doing a lot of YouTube. I was 14, 15. That's when
little entrepreneur. Like this is actually
she's
really
been
interesting.
busy, bro. You've lived many lives.
I have ADHD. I had undiagnosed ADHD and I just I really loved creating and it was fun. And
boss girl DNA apparently. Like geez, like this is crazy.
I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't think that I was doing any like work or hustle. Like I wasn't.
She was so
grinding.
good at 14, bro.
I wasn't grinding to make content. It's such a different context back then making content because like I was just genuinely having fun making videos every week, multiple times.
This is like peak YouTube era. In 2010s,
and I just love to sing and through one of my videos, as I started singing some like Korean like K-pop covers. I entered like a 21. It was like their first, like YG's first international a competition, cover contest.
Oh, I think I remember that era too, because like everyone was posting about it back then.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a
sharing.
competition. Wow.
Yeah, so there was like things like that.
Not the target audience.
Like I'm surprised, like James, like what are you doing there?
It's like me. It was like I ate that shit up.
Dude,
I'm allowed to
I
swear, right?
wish, bro. Yeah, you can curse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
it's fine.
Well, we are not a dainty podcast at all. Yeah.
That's true.
I ate that shit up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was through those videos. I think I got like an email or a phone call from like NBC, like one of those broadcasting companies stationed in LA. Hey, come audition for one of our new competition shows. We Dan Dancing, Birth of a Great Star. And
what a name.
I did it.
So epic.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the genesis of my time in Korea. I was around 14 to 15 years old.
Wow.
That was quick. That was soon after. I thought it was like
everything kind of happened really quickly. So like timeline is acting, age of 10. I started YouTube around 13, 14. Started really popping off like towards 15.
Wow.
And then once I started getting that traction, I did the competition show.
And that's the ideal window, actually. You were in like the prime. Like they want to find you in that that's
ideal.
age.
They were doing a lot of scouting via YouTube.
Crazy.
So I did meet some other competitors.
Yeah.
Contestants.
Enemies.
Enemies. I met some other contestants that were also scouted through YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was like a group of like Korean Americans that was flown out to Korea, so we all like bonded during that time. I didn't speak a lick of Korean though, so that was
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like one
Did
of
they make it all the way up to the valley in Korea?
Yeah.
The Hagwons didn't make it up to the valley.
No, you see, I went to the Hagwon.
critique your act.
No, I
I
didn't. I
see.
just like
Okay.
I learned. I knew how to read, but very, very slowly.
Yeah.
I just like I was very bad at Korean.
It's such a different time though, because at the now a person like Mike Song, who's Korean, is kind of funny. It's like it's like not
Shouts to Mike Song.
It's not the worst. It's not like the best, but he does it very Korean American, and like people love him for it. But at the time, I don't know if you could have gotten away with doing the
I got
Konglish.
I got shit for that.
Right?
Left and right.
Tough times, man.
It just it just never stopped. I could never escape the hate. Ever since I just scrutinized since the beginning, about my Korean. And it's funny because like I think I started to notice a little bit of the difference of treatment between girls and guys.
Say more.
At a very
please tell us more.
I didn't know what it was, but just from my own experience personally, being in that show, whenever I would struggle with Korean or if I would have a translator, any opportunity I would be like talking to the staff, they would always be like, Megan, your Korean is so bad. Like if you want to have a career here, like you cannot be speaking this way. You need to start learning Korean. Your Korean is so terrible. Even when I was actually trying, and I was just a kid, and I'm from the Valley, 818. You know, I also was a kid from the industry where I was already having identity issues. I never felt like I was American enough. I was constantly, scrutinized about like my hair or whatnot.
There's
or
a lot. It's never ending. Really.
Never feeling like I'm a part of a community or a part of something, like a group of people that felt accepted.
Yeah.
And so going to Korea, I feel like an outcast again, even though I'm surrounded by people who look like me. But
were you hoping to like find some sort of acceptance there or some sort of...
I was really excited going to Korea, especially because I loved K-pop, and I was quite new of a K-pop fan, but I was really starting to open up to learning more about Korean culture, and I wanted to learn Korean and things like that, but at the same time I was getting very scrutinized, so I felt a lot of pressure. But whenever like like the guy next to me, he was also Korean American, and his Korean was just as bad, maybe even worse.
Wow.
They would be like, "Oh, you're so good, you're so good," and so I started to notice a pattern because it would not just be one guy; it'd be all the guys, and there would be me, and then I would not get a single word of praise, especially when I started getting better too. And so that was
find every reason to like pull you down.
Yeah, it was very stressful, and then I didn't really understand like, oh, that's misogyny. I didn't even know what that word meant. You know what I mean? And
I think most of the world didn't know what misogyny was back then. Yeah, not in the same way.
Something that I experienced and kind of had to deal with, and yeah.
Wow. Do you think that like there were layers to it where like for instance, if it's like an especially attractive guy, they'd be like, "Oh, you're so good." But
the halo effect is definitely real.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the halo effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but then like the more average guys, they would also get rougher. Would you say, or like just being a guy by merit of simply having a Y chromosome?
Funny. It's funny. It's charming when they make a mistake. It's charming, funny, cool, impressive. But when girls make a mistake, when I made a mistake, it was just scrutiny.
Yo, like this is not helping with like what I've like we've talked about the Korean villain arc starting in 2002. That's my theory. Yeah. This is not helping with people saying, "No, you're just an angry, jealous Taiwanese." I'm like, bro, like y'all are tripping. I see what I see because I have eyes. But no, I'm even surprised by that because like the outside perception among Koreans is like the term princess disease, like, and I don't want to butcher the Korean, but in Mandarin it's 공주병. So it sounds very similar to Korean, right? Like so there's a perception.
공주병?
Yeah,
공주병. That sounds so similar.
It's some sort of
cool.
Because you guys got your culture from us, but
we are Chinese. We're Chinese.
It's true.
Yeah.
The derivative element of it, but like because of that concept, you would think that all the like everything that Korean girls do would be like, oh, it's so cute, so adorable. In fact, like that's I feel like a very American thing, because like you see how Korean girls are treated, especially in a church setting. It's like, oh, like take care of them, boys especially. You better take care of the girls, right? And to hear the opposite, like legit, I am surprised.
I don't know what it's like to get princess treatment.
Oh.
Yeah, I never got
Oh, no.
I did not have that. I was always very confused on why I was just constantly criticized for whatever I did. And I'm a very expressive person. I'm very animated. I'm very sensitive. I cry really easily. And I remember like some of like the biggest critiques from like the judges too was that my facial expressions were too much for them, or that I was showing off, and things. Yeah, but like I don't know. It's
This sounds like gaslighting
I'm like,
now.
I'm supposed to show off. I'm on a competition show. I'm supposed to show off. That's not what I'm here to do. No, but like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was just me. I do know like other kids. Yeah, like especially little girls. They would always be like, oh, so cute, so pretty. I personally did not ever really have that experience. I was just always too much or cringy or too sensitive or just too much of everything. I don't know. And I think it definitely affected my sense of self and confidence for a really long time. Years of therapy had to helped me have a better idea of who I am now. I'm like definitely a lot better, but it still affects me. I'm still working through that.
Just playing devil's advocate, do you think a big part of that is the Americanness? Because I shit you not, like I'll cuss more so you can feel comfortable cussing. But I shit you not, if I were to cover my eyes, I could imagine like, oh, I'm talking to a white girl from the Valley, right? So I'm wondering, I don't know if that makes you proud or not. Like, yeah, 818. But I don't know if like perhaps it's like a thing where, and we've experienced this firsthand, where American femininity can come across as being disrespectful or even straight masculine among Asians.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering where just you being normal just comes across as like, oh, this insolent girl. Like, in Korea.
Probably. And what's crazy,
there's a cultural element to it. Yeah.
What's crazy is that like I'm not the most outspoken.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say like it doesn't. I'm not afraid that you're gonna punch me in the face.
Yeah. I'm not like I guess you would call other Korean Americans. I'm thinking other Korean American talent. Yeah, Jesse. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Like I love Jesse, by the way. I love Jesse. But
she's
like,
known to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
I think she leaned into it.
Yeah. And I admire that so much. I'm almost envious. Like, damn, maybe I should have just leaned into
double
that.
down. Double down.
Yeah. But yeah, then again, it was like a mixed. I was stuck in between where there was a lot that I wanted to say, but I was also very shy. But I think I'm a lot more outspoken than a shy girl than your next door like shy girl, like a very typical like stereotypical Asian girl, right? Docile. I was definitely not that, but I guess a little bit more animated and not as soft spoken, but not fully there. So there was like room to kind of like mess with me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the psychology is, but it was tough for me as a kid. That's all I know.
Girl next door from the valley, but not from Seongsu. So it's like big difference.
I don't know what it was.
Yo, if you grew up in, if you were to do your music career a little differently, like, do you think you would have gone that trainee route, or do you think you would have just like gone solo like earlier, or do you think you just? Do you ever think about that?
I do, but I end up in circles. I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I truly wouldn't be the person and the artist and the creator that I am today without my experiences. Yeah. And honestly, like, I think if I did go the career route, I don't know if I would be happy. I don't know if that would make me a better artist. I don't even know if that would make me more successful, if I'm going to be really honest. Because, I went to Korea because I started on YouTube. I started in my bedroom. And so, yeah, like I think about that every now and then. I'm like, I wonder what would happen in the multiverse, right? But but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I am who I am, and all I can do is just think about what I can do now.
Well, you might not get princess treatment in particular parts of Korea, but you'll get princess treatment here. So cheers to that.
Oh,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
This is thanks to our sponsors, Chief Forest. These are non-alcoholic sparkling beverages.
Yeah.
So these are all like really like tropical flavors. So we have lychee, we have pineapple.
Yeah. What are you drinking right now? Megan? What do you got? Pineapple?
Yeah,
okay, I got lychee in my hands.
Pineapple, peach, mango.
Which one you try? You can try any of them.
Wait.
Yeah, which one?
Mango's
what's your
my favorite.
Mango,
okay,
go for
let's
mango.
try for mango.
It's one of their
My
newer
dog
flavors.
loves mango.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Your dog's mango? Okay, well, cheers. Cheers to mango and cheers to you.
Oh,
you
there
good.
you go.
Oh, we're good. Okay, cool.
Very good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I actually love chi.
Yeah, well, chi you can find it everywhere, like Costco.
You've had before.
Grocery stores.
Oh,
I have.
the mango tastes
It's so good.
just like mango. Crazy. Wow.
You can't go wrong with mango flavored things.
So good.
Like, do you like mango sticky rice?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's a very interesting like entree / dessert. It could be both. Very interesting.
Delicious.
Mango is good with everything.
So your time in Korea, like, because I feel like it kind of prepped you for like your time when you came back to the States, because you ended up doing that K-pop themed almost show on Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about
It's still
that.
part of your past life. It's,
Oh my
it's kind of funny to
God,
talk about.
That, because like I think at least for me, like learning about you, I'm like, oh, I remember this show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because like
knew about
it got decent play because it was
It's an Asian face
an
on
Asian
a
face.
huge ass network. What do you mean?
on a big network, and also it's like because like you know how things in the East, like often they get stuff from America later, we get stuff from the East later.
Yeah.
So it's like Nick Cannon be like, oh, K-pop is a thing. I'm gonna try and make some money off of this, and then like that like kind of came.
Say what you
to
want
be.
about Nick Cannon, but he knew.
He's
he
a
knew
business.
ball.
Yeah.
He knows ball.
He knows ball. He knows about having kids, like a lot of stuff, right?
He definitely knows that.
Yeah. So what was that like? Because like you had like a real K-pop experience, and then like did they also lean on you as like a subject matter expert too? Or like,
what did they do over there?
How do we actually do this? Like,
okay, so, so I lived in Korea for 4 years. After the competition show, I got signed.
Wow.
Debuted. That was a shit show. And then by the time I did Make It Pop, I actually declined the offer. So I snuck out. I don't know if I ever told this story before, but maybe on Twitch. Maybe on Twitch. But what happened was that I was still part of my label. I snuck out. But it's crazy because they knew that I was auditioning for this and they were all for it until they weren't all of a sudden.
So this is tied up in like your like kind of like the latter days of your K-pop experience. So it's all kind of mixed up.
It was, yes, towards the end of my K-pop experience era. Era. So it was right when I filed my lawsuit. So I think you do you know that? I don't know.
I've read about it online, but please.
That's what you meant by messy, because you're saying debut and then it got messy. So like, how it get messy? Yeah.
Long story short, it's a long story. My lore is very complicated and jumbled. But long story short, I went into the label thinking that having a lot of trust. My mom was involved with like the signing process and everything. It was very open, transparent. We were very picky. We shopped around a lot for different labels and agents and managers, all that stuff in Korea, and eventually came down to working with Kim Tae-woo because we trusted him, and we also got recommended through other like mutual friends.
I see.
Things took a turn after his wife and family got involved, his mother-in-law essentially, and fired everyone. All our trainees were gone.
That impacted
staff was
you
gone.
too?
Yeah, they like, it was right when I was like about to debut. I filmed my music video and everything, but my debut kept getting delayed, and things just started getting really complicated. I was like twiddling my thumbs. When am I gonna debut? Like, what's happening? Everyone's leaving. All the people that like I've been training with for the past 3 years are now gone. These were my family. What's happening? And now these new people are coming in, and they're not nice. They're mean. And they're changing up my diet. They're changing up everything. Like, I can't eat. I can't do anything. And I already had a lot of limitations, but it was a lot more lax than after they came in. Yeah. Okay. And so, I was like, I was eating nothing to the point that I was literally fainting.
Damn.
And then I found out that they've been like forging my signatures on contracts. Yeah. And I think the reason why I was able to file a lawsuit and, having my mom there too, I don't think I would have been able to do it without my mom, for sure. Because I didn't even know how to read the contract. Yeah, like it's all these Korean words. Yeah. No, like I could barely read contracts in English.
Contracts are wrong. We don't want to.
So like, what is like a 16, 17-year-old gonna do with a contract?
Sure.
And so I signed a contract right in the beginning when I was 15, but come 18, and then the mother-in-law wife came in. They made me re-sign a different contract. They changed up my splits.
That's fucked.
Yeah, they were taking away my splits. They were making it. It was like 60-40, where I got 40, they got 60. They were making it like 20-80 or something. It was some like which
the horror stories that you hear about. Okay.
Yeah, all the horror stories. Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Wow.
All of those things, and then they were just like a lot of like verbal abuse, a lot of like nonsense, and like 8 months ago they were like, oh yeah, make it pop, yeah, you can audition, blah blah blah, they were fine, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we want you to do this and this and that. If you don't listen to us, you are not going to have a career. And there's just a lot of those kinds of things. And then lawsuit happened, and then I booked the show. Well, I snuck out and then came back within 24 hours, and yeah, it was
literally
crazy.
snuck out.
I literally went to Toronto.
Wow.
I snuck out, went to Toronto, got flown out, did my audition, or like the final callback, got flown back, right back out to Korea, and then they're like, "Where were you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." and then I got the call that I booked Make It Pop, and I told them, "Hey, so I just filed a lawsuit against my company." Because there's like some clause in the contract about not having a label and things like that. And it being a Nickelodeon show, I figured that like, oh, I'm a very like controversial talent right now. I don't know if it will be good for the show, because it was already starting to. I knew that it was not going to be good, and I knew that I was going to get a lot of flack, even though it was like literally for my own safety. And so. They're like, okay, we understand, the casting director. 10 minutes later, I get a call from the executive producer, our showrunner, Tommy Lynch. And he's like, why did you say no? You're the only one that can play Sunhee. Yeah. So
you were the legitimacy of that project.
Yeah. So, which, I'm very, very humbled that he came back for me. And so that's when it really solidified, like, what's for you is really for you.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
That's a bar.
moments.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was one of those moments. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, bet. I flew to Toronto and we filmed the show, and the rest is history.
Crazy. Man, truly, so many lifetimes.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot for a regular person's career.
Bro, this is
as
a
an
lot.
adult. Yeah. Crazy.
What's crazy, I feel like there's people that have way more crazier experiences, but yeah.
Yours is crazy enough.
Crazy enough, for sure.
Wow. So since then, it's like, the show had its little run, and then obviously, like, did COVID, was it bookended by COVID? And like, what was the actual timeline of it? We're still a few years before. We
filmed Make It Pop in end of 2014.
Okay.
Throughout 2015, and then we debuted the show like summer of 2015.
Okay. So still like well before that.
Yeah, well before.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Now it's been 10 years. So it went from like 2015 to 2016, 2017-ish.
Okay.
So it was a very short show, but then the children's show are very
That's true. Yeah.
We went for 2 seasons and we did like a little film. And yeah, I think from then on I was kind of just free reign, free roaming. Now after feeling like I was in a cage. I was literally in the basement all the time, living in Korea, and then all of a sudden I have all this like freedom post the show.
Oh, that's really trippy.
It was a weird.
Like that's 2 major extremes.
It was very jarring. Especially being on a set too is also very extreme as well. We were working very, very long hours. I was also leading, so it's just like I'm always on set. It's a musical as well. We were constantly recording. If we're not recording, we're doing dance rehearsals. If we're not doing dance rehearsals, we're doing social media. If we're not doing social media, I'm learning lines. If I'm not learning lines, I'm on set. And so it was just like 14-hour days every single day. I'm like, oh, this is not different from K-pop.
Oh, really? That's what I was gonna ask. Like, so your hardest day on like a Nick show. Like, I think they did all these rebrandings, so like I guess it's Nick at the time, right? So you're the lead on Nick's show. Your hardest days, they were comparable to your hardest days in Korea too. Wow.
They work you in Korea though.
I think hard in terms of like my physical output, because I was just not getting a lot of sleep and just constantly working. But I was like used to it. I wasn't really perceiving like how tired I was. I'm also young. I have more energy. I cannot imagine myself doing that now.
Yeah,
that's so wild.
You know, I was getting 3 hours of sleep. I'm like, that's the norm.
Dude,
I'm lucky if I get 3 hours.
I am so glad you're on the show because this really confirms a lot of the things I felt when I was in Seoul with James a few months ago. Because the thing that I kept on thinking when I was in Seoul, just like back in April, was like, wow, this really just feels like a bigger, cleaner Koreatown. And not even just like superficially where you're looking around. It's like, oh, I see a lot of the same brands. I see a lot of like the same like retail culture.
There's a California Pizza Kitchen in
California
Korea.
Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah, it's nicer.
It's nicer.
Yeah.
You've been.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was like, ooh.
Like,
so
there's
funny.
wing stops. There's halal guys. Like the biggest Celine
There's
store.
a halal guys?
There's a halal guy.
Wait, Wingstop?
Yeah.
There's a Five Guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the biggest Celine store I've ever seen was like in Seoul. But besides all that, like what I kept on noticing is like, wow, like people are like, obviously there are nuances in stylistic difference, but for the most part, like these remind me of Koreans in LA, and they look just as tired as folks in LA, where it's like it seems like people work really hard here, just like they do, like where it's like, in the feeling I got in Japan is like when you're on the job, you're on the job. But then afterwards, like whether besides drinking with your boss, like people are just doing whatever they want. But in LA and in Seoul, you got the feeling like people are working 24/7. They're always on their phones. They're just constantly in work mode. So that feeling of Korea as a proxy for the United States does seem to be very true in so many different levels.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Is that what kind of also got you into more of the, I'm going to get behind the camera now, like the last 4 or 5 years? Because I've been noticing that, like you obviously taking courses at UCLA and doing your own short films. I just saw On Point.
Oh,
so
thank
yeah,
you.
definitely have some questions about that too.
He's had his song.
Yeah, the
yeah,
first thing I noticed is like, what is this nepotism? Like, here, like, give me the word, like first, like seconds into the film. I'm like, what the fuck? But
It's such a good song though.
yeah, very catchy. Good top lines, as James has.
Oh
thought.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, so like, is that what is kind of informing that process for you?
I've always wanted to, like, I'm a storyteller inherently at heart. At the core of it all, I do so many different things, but the core is always storytelling and it's just creating. And so I've always had an interest and a fascination with the behind the scenes, with working with a camera, with
You've
writing.
been around it for so much of your life, so you've seen it all.
I've always wondered what it was like to like write my own film and things like that. I've written scripts when I was young, and I read plenty of them enough to know generally like how
the beats,
the formats,
the
like,
cadence. You know what it's like.
Yeah. And so I just like never really brought up the courage or had the time or opportunity to really get into it until much later. I would say like within the past 5 years or so, 4 to 5 years.
And have you recovered from like what happened to your voice? Or
yeah, that's like a whole nother thing. I haven't fully recovered, but I am still recovering. I am doing a lot better than when I first got the condition.
Oh wow. Is that, do you talk about it much nowadays, or? I know it was kind of a hard time.
Oh no, yeah. Like I talk about it actually a lot, especially on like my streams.
Yeah.
I mention it every now and then if the topic is brought up, but I still kind of do music, but not really. Only when it comes to writing, and I really only write by myself because my vocal condition basically. I have this thing called muscle tension dysphonia. And what that is that the muscles surrounding the vocal cords tense up, and there's no real like known cause or a cure for it, but it's actually quite common.
It forces so you can't open the vocal nodes. Is that what happens?
I can't control my voice, like whether that is how I project pitch, things like that. It's all kind of like connected.
Oh, like doing runs would be very hard.
Yes. Controlling the amount of air, like literally how, like, how vocal cords look like this?
Yes.
Yeah,
They
contracting.
close, they get
Yeah.
contracted
Yep.
and open. I have too much tension that I can't properly control it. So I always thought of, like, the best analogy of when I talk about my vocal condition for people who might not understand is like, I'm an athlete that got injured and I'm going through rehab.
Yeah.
And I'm learning how to
Sure.
walk again.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird feeling because I was singing all my life. I went from singing every single day nonstop, annoying my brother and my sister, my mom. I was the loud, obnoxious one singing Christina Aguilera at competition shows, to suddenly I can't even hum anymore. I can barely even talk or say like, hey, like without breaking. And it affected my acting as well because there's certain inflections or intonations that I want to like express but can't properly express what I'm thinking when I hear in my head.
It does sound like an athletic injury because it's like some people, they're trying to do like a move, like it's like a
Can't even like lunge.
Yeah, and then like, and even though it's like the mind body connection is like cramped up in some weird way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, the real nail in the coffin is how bad the American healthcare system is. Every ENT I would go to, they would be like, "Oh, you have acid reflux."
I see.
I'm pretty sure that this is not acid reflux. There's something where I went to voice therapy. It helps a little bit, but nothing really stuck with me. And so I've been kind of just, fending for myself at this point. I do want to continue to find other help and seek out sources. I even thought about like hypnotherapy, because it is also mental as much as it is physical. Like if I get nervous, if I'm stressed, the voice is heavily affected. So
it's not exactly the same as, at least I don't think it's exactly the same as we had a previous guest, Luke Chang, who had a similar type of condition, but I can see he couldn't
sing for like 5+ years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I want to talk to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, yeah, because
I would love to
he also, I think he got some treatments maybe in Taiwan.
Oh.
Because I don't know what the American health system helped.
We are not doctors here.
Yeah, we don't know. We really don't know. But I know, you should totally, I could connect you.
I would love to, yeah. Because like I've talked to some other people who had similar situations, but it was never quite the same experience, and so I couldn't really get anything from it.
They do seem like special snowflake issues.
Yeah,
because there's a psychosomatic element to it. There is like a physical conditioning. There's like it seems like it sounds like kind of like fibromyalgia, where they're saying like fibromyalgia is at the end of the day, it's a condition. It's a condition
on YouTube.
It's a condition that causes acute pain, but like there's so many different, like fibromyalgia looks different for every different person. So. Yeah, damn.
It is a very unique experience for sure, and even if you look it up, it's like there's no clear cause for it, which means it's gonna look different for everybody. Yeah, it definitely is. But that is pretty much the segue into why I started getting into film.
Got it.
Because I stopped doing music, and that actually was one of my main sources of income as well. So once I realized like, oh, I can't be in the studio anymore, and I can't really do live performances. I would do a lot of college shows or like random events, and
dominating the Korean circuit, the kimchi circuit.
And I just dropped an EP. And,
man,
that's kind of like when everything went down. It kind of started from when I got sick. I got laryngitis, a really bad bronchitis. I got a really bad bronchitis situation that takes forever to get better from. Had laryngitis, and then I had a really hoarse voice for like a year, and then everything changed after that. And so I needed to pivot. I was very, very depressed. Started seeking therapy, voice therapy, and mental health. And I was kind of just it really it all culminated so quickly and so dramatically. It's crazy because I was also like 25, so I was having that quarter life crisis.
Wow.
Having that quarter life crisis, and having that, I was at a crossroads where I'm like, oh, well, what do I do now? Like, I either like keep going, or I need to pivot because it's causing me a lot of physical pain and mental distress. So I need to do something else that's still creative, that I can just keep something going, and that's when I started diving into film.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
From what I understand, On Point is available for everyone to see on YouTube, right?
Yup.
So, and you want people to see on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure, because like with filmmakers, like most of my stuff is on Vimeo because like it's like, oh, this is practice.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you guys had a great like festival run for the for the film. I did have a question. I think it's changed over the course of this conversation, because I was wondering how much of the relationship with the overbearing mom was related to your actual mom, but it doesn't seem like that's necessarily the case, right?
When I was writing the film, actually, I was kind of during that time I was dealing with a lot of unresolved unresolved resentment towards my mom. Okay. We are very close, and we always were very close, but you know, sometimes when
there were
momager
moments.
Close, when you are so close, and also because my parents, my mom and dad, had a really terrible relationship. Me also being like the oldest child of three. I'm the oldest of three kids, and I kind of played a role filling in that emotional
the companion for her too.
Emotional companion, the role for my mom. I was filling in that space, especially during the time when we were living in Korea. My dad wasn't there, and whenever we would go out to auditions and things like that, we would share stories. But my mom was my best friend, but I was also her best friend. Yeah,
that's tough.
And so there was a lot of resentment that was built from having that kind of like very codependent relationship that is very unhealthy at the end of the day. And it was all just starting to come up for me, and I had a lot of realizations, especially as I was in therapy and thinking like, why am I this way? Why am I so dependent on other people's validation and what they have to say or think about me to define me and things like that. And so when I was writing On Point, essentially I wanted to write a coming of age story.
Sure.
We love those.
Yeah, I love coming of age stories. And I did, I grew up watching like Disney Channel movies, and I kind of wanted to back when they were doing like independent small filmmaker programs.
For sure.
They don't do that anymore. I forgot what it's called. But Disney was doing some cool programs with POC companies. POC
creative.
communities.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff went away because of the Dawn.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. But that was actually I went for that type of tone because I wanted to submit.
Yeah. No, for sure.
For those programs. Because I wanted to make like a cool like coming of age story. But yeah.
It's a fun little short. Reminded me like tonally there are different parts that kind of remind me of Little Miss Sunshine, if you're familiar.
Yeah. I love Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah. Also a fun film.
Thank you. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
There's so much about that film
Princess
that
treatment, like I didn't lie. Princess treatment.
I appreciate.
But I think at least my last question tied to your story and the film is knowing your full background now. I'm just struck by how there was this strong theme, whether it's like with the whole Z Crew element to it and all that. Like, see, I watched the film, right? There's a sense, and I think it was really big among millennials, this idea of being a kid adult, where you are whether it's because you missed your childhood or you weren't allowed to really have a childhood, and now that you have the resources and the time and all that, that you're able to really like live that again. Was there some element of that in the film? Because it's like, I think your main character is essentially a ballerina by training, but she has this whole secret dance crew life on the side.
Yeah.
And that's where her true self is. And then at the end of the film, you have this reveal where it's like she's able to kind of reconcile it and have a moment of triumph, but also a moment of, like, you would say clarity, where she really knows who she is. So how does that, like, what does all of that mean to you as the filmmaker?
Yeah. So again, when I was writing On Point, it was very... it was a reflection of what I was going through at the time. As what I was dealing with, you know, the relationship dynamics with my mom, what I was confronting with her. Because there was a lot of identity, thoughts of identity, a huge theme during my mid to late 20s. Because I grew up as a child actor, a lot of my thoughts weren't my own. Again, like I said, I was not the most outspoken person. I was quite shy. I was so shy when I was young. It's ironic because I'm a performer, but there was like a part of me that wants to express, but I was shy and scared. I wasn't really given a lot of like tools or like a strong foundation to express myself without being afraid or being okay with making a mistake or being okay with being weird and things like that.
Like your own thoughts.
My own thoughts.
Not lines that are fed to you.
Exactly. And so I was always just constantly fed lines and what to say, even in interviews too. My mom would like coach me through interviews and things like that. And so I realized, like, going into my mid to late 20s, I wasn't sure what thoughts were my own, what opinions were my own, how I thought about myself, and like the choices that I was making, like what's me, and if the choices that I'm making are right or wrong. And so it was a lot of very like existential thinking and a huge confrontation of identity and sense of identity. And so I ended On Point with a very like vague. It's clear, but because she's kind of like doing things on her own way, and we show that through the end scene where there's like she's on her On Point with the sneakers.
Okay, you can give it away because you're the filmmaker. You can say what you want.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
But yeah,
and football cleats. She wants to go into football. Like that's what actually happens.
That was supposed to symbolize that it's like embarking her journey of discovery,
and she's owning it.
And she's owning it, and just like boom, it takes a lot to go on point as a ballet dancer. It requires a lot of training. They make it look easy.
I'm guessing you've had that experience at least.
I've done a little bit of ballet, but I was mostly a hip hop dancer.
Really?
Hence
the story. Okay.
And of course, I wanted to show that the juxtaposition of like prime and proper, very classical, rule heavy world of ballet. And then hip hop being, the complete opposite.
Free, energetic.
Energetic and expressive.
Self-expressive.
Self-expressive. And so, that's what I was hoping to convey with On Point.
Nice.
Wow. Do you feel like your music background made it easier for you to put this script together and make the beats? I've always wondered if for someone in a music foundation, if you have that, how it helps your film career.
I think so. I think I definitely knew what kind of music that I wanted opening into the film, and also because I knew that I was making like a pseudo Disney Channel original movie type vibe. So I just knew in my head I watched the best, you write what you know, and I had ideas. And when I was shopping for music and I came across your song, I didn't even know that it was his song until I saw the name, and then I'm like clicked on the artist profile. It was on like one of those websites where they have
Oh, Music Bed.
Music Bed, yeah.
Yeah,
It was on
yeah,
Music
yeah,
Bed.
yeah.
I was just like browsing, and then I saw that you were on it, and
Did you know him before?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
cool. I was like,
did, yeah.
oh, I know that guy.
I didn't even realize. And like when I listened to this song, I didn't realize it was your song
That's so crazy.
until I went in and looked at the artist. And so it was just like meant to be. And
Yeah.
like there was like some play into it, especially when it comes to post, finding like music supervision, the score, especially.
It could make a film way cooler if you have a dope score. So,
100%. There were a lot of moments when we were filming that things went wrong, and I
Always does.
Yeah, I had to improvise very quickly on terms of like camera blocking. That's when my acting experience came in handy.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I know how to fix this problem.
Yeah, and I'm also a theater kid too, and so when it comes to like movement and things like that, it felt very natural to me to pick it up and just like just improvise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want to make more music driven films in the future.
That's cool.
I really hope to make a musical one of these
Wow.
days. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, I want to. Or like I really respect directors like Edgar Wright.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Completely music driven.
Yeah. And,
I'm sure you like John M. Chu. As well,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like I really love the way that they express, like combine cinematography, camera blocking with the music, and I would love to pick their brains about that.
Yeah, not everyone likes Wicked, but can you do Wicked, motherfucker? Most people, it's like,
know, dude.
It's really hard to pull off.
It's very difficult to do films like Crazy Rich Asians and Wicked, and there was a prominent person saying like, oh, the Asian American community doesn't have our Ryan Coogler. It's like bullshit. We have John M. Chu. You might not view John M. Chu's films at the same level as Ryan Coogler's, but you can't tell me that his stuff is any more difficult than Ryan Coogler's stuff. And Ryan Coogler's a Trojan, so I'm saying that with like understanding the bias too.
Yeah.
Say it louder to the people in the back.
No, seriously, like everyone's life experiences, their disciplines, it all comes together to tell a compelling story, and you should never discount that. So
100%. I always think about the scene in Slumdog Millionaire. When
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
like the main character, and all of his past experiences.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Culminate into that very moment.
Yeah. Okay, one last question, because I have to ask this because it's so important for our culture, our community, for society as a whole. You contributed voices to K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I did.
When we had Kevin Wu on the show, he didn't even mention it. And that's something we've been talking about a lot.
We didn't even know. Yo,
we didn't know.
He didn't even really mention it that.
This is way before.
Yeah,
so we had Kevin
K-pop
on.
Demon Hunters came out.
Like Kevin
2025.
mentioned that he was in it.
He didn't mention a thing about it. We thought he even like
He said like
he said it
animated
in
thing.
passing.
Yeah.
Oh,
air.
before it came out.
Before it came out.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it wasn't just simply like an NDA thing. There was also the sense of like I don't think anyone realized how big it would become.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm asking the question. Like when you were like contributing to that, what were you thinking? You're like, oh, this would be a fun little thing. See how this goes.
I mean, I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to sound like I knew it, you know. I knew it, you know. But I did think that there was something really special. I remember texting Arden after.
And she had produced your short too, right? Or she was EP'd.
Yeah. She was a very generous donor.
Very cool.
Very cool. Film, very generous donor.
Nice.
Solid.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I remember texting her like, hey, I was just part of a loop group for K-pop Demon Hunters. This film is amazing. I barely even saw it. Like I was doing a bunch of fan voices, so all the voices and like the concert.
That's a fun little Easter egg. Megan Lee did looping for this film. Like, what?
Like all the little voices
I saw
outside
the
of
credit.
the main
I was
character.
curious what that was.
Wait, what?
It's a whole different part of the industry, the voice acting industry.
Yeah.
And it's very lucrative.
Yeah, you think me and Mark could be a voice actor? Like, what kind of character you
probably
could play?
It's not fair because I work at agencies, so
Okay,
I rep.
well, I'm not asking for your opinion. I'm asking for yours.
Oh my god.
Create a character with his voice right now.
With your voice right now, You be a podcast guy.
I guess so.
You be a podcast guy. You be a
I like the answer. I like the answer, Megan. Cheers.
Oh my
Cheers
God.
to that. Love it. He's always trying to get me in trouble with those like funny questions, but cheers.
Oh, I mean that's what friends are for, right? We just poke fun and troll each other. No, but yeah, I knew that K-pop Demon Hunters was definitely special because the animation was mostly done during that time.
Oh, so you got to see it.
I got to see it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you're just like, oh.
I got to see it. I heard
That's
the
a major
songs.
factor. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, you're like.
So I was just like, oh, whoa, this is crazy.
And the artwork is super cool.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And so, yeah, I knew that it was something special. I knew that everybody in that room, the rest of the Luke group, we knew that we were so excited. But I think at the time when Kevin and Arnold were recording the film, not much of it was done visually, especially. And so I understand that they had less of an idea, but like, yeah, we were towards the end. I'm like,
fascinating.
I mean, this is kind of golden, no pun intended.
I love it. I love it. No, like, cause like, even when we were in Seoul, like I was like, man, I found out that the Korean National Museum, like attendance actually boosted because of it. And this is in Korea, not in America. Wow. Like even in Korea, they're like, oh, like it influenced people so much that their tourism habits changed. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
And tourism was already going up because of K-pop and K-dramas. So that's great for them.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Good for you, Korea.
Yeah.
Good for you, Korea.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
seriously.
kind of surreal though, because like growing up, people didn't know what Korea was when I was young.
Facts. Yeah.
You know?
It's true. Hey, it's in the Rolodex now. If someone's going to insult you, they're not only going to say you're Chinese. They're now going to insult you.
All right, K-pop,
Korean. Yeah. Exactly. Yo, the insults have gotten more nuanced now, bro. They don't just think we're all Chinese.
Yeah.
You're welcome. But Megan Lee, it was so fun to have you on the show.
It was so fun to be
The Princess treatment continues because we have a prize for you. We have
gift.
A gift.
I love gifts.
We have a gift.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
So these are from Hidden Hills. Hidden Hills, they have these City of Stars slippers.
Let's go.
So for you to wear them home.
I needed new slippers.
There you go.
Okay, perfect.
Yay!
Yeah. Everyone always talks about taking your shoes off when you go to an Asian household, but if you are part of a real Asian household, you know that for people to really make you feel at home, they give you some slippers.
Oh, yeah.
So you stay clean and comfy when you're in the house.
And it's so like plush.
Yeah.
It's very comfy. I wear mine around the house. Yeah.
Wow, so luxury.
Nice.
Wow, so very luxury.
You can get your own Hidden Hills gear at hiddenhillsclub.com. And we always forget to bring up our code, but use our code Hidden GODZ, HIDDENGODZ, to get a little discount when you get your Hidden Hills gear at hiddenhillsclub.com or hiddenhills.club. There we go. Before we wrap things up, we always like to end with 3 questions, which James will
First one.
Oh, wow.
What's your favorite restaurant in the whole world?
No.
Come on, 818. Tell us what's good.
Give us one from 818 then, around your hood.
In 818?
That's a hard question.
Guess there ain't none.
But I don't go there anymore, so I don't really know. My parents did actually own a restaurant there, though.
Oh, okay.
They started a small little Japanese restaurant called Tomo.
Tomo.
I've heard it. What?
Yeah.
Tomo's famous.
Oh.
What?
Tomo's famous at least in the valley.
Oh, what? I mean, it has been around for a long time now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, they kept the
I've
same
definitely heard of
logo
it.
and everything.
Okay.
Okay, that's a perfect shout.
What do you get at Tomo? What do you remember?
I really like the crispy. There's like a crispy. What was it called?
Like salmon or like
crispy
rice?
salmon. Yeah.
Oh,
Crispy
okay.
salmon.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if they still have that though.
Okay.
Oh. Total guess, by the way. I'm good at this.
No, yeah. Their sashimi's so good too. Like,
Okay,
they have
good
sashimi
fish.
salads as well.
Cool.
Very nice.
Not,
Okay.
I don't know about anymore, but support local businesses.
Yes. Support
Oh,
local
we love that. We
businesses.
love that. Okay, second question is, what's your favorite album of all time? One that you keep returning to.
Album.
Or artist, maybe, that you listen to all the time.
I really do like Justin Bieber's latest album.
That's come up more than a few times. Yeah.
Wait, the first one or the second one? Because he had the 2 parts, right?
Oh, the first one.
First one.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, the second one's really great too.
Right?
But either
where's
or.
Yukon? That was on the second one or the first one?
That's the first one.
First one?
First one.
Yeah.
Yukon. Do you guys know? Okay, quick question. Was there a song of the summer this summer?
Song of the summer?
Yeah. Because usually there's a song of the summer. Right? Like a few years ago, it was Espresso. But like, was there a big,
Girl,
huge
it's hard
song?
with the internet. Nothing's really like.
I know.
Yeah,
it's hard.
And Yukon came out a little bit before, but like, yeah, if Yukon came out, if people were like listening to Yukon all through June and July, I would say Yukon, but it came out before then. But
What was the song of the summer?
yeah, I've been thinking about that for the last few weeks now.
I'm sure Google could.
I'm so
We'll
not
check.
tapped in with pop as much lately, and I'm a pop girl. I was obsessed with pop culture. I was so tapped in for so long.
You're part of it.
Yeah. No, it's because
Yeah,
of social
like-
media. Seriously, like
I think so.
It's
Lately
just
I'm just-
everything is really spread out thin.
Fine.
It is.
So we can't even really hear about it or pick up on
No, and it's just happening so fast in our faces, and there's not a lot of time to process. Honestly, like lately, I've been mostly listening to game music.
it. Game music.
Streaming.
Yeah. Like
I'm gonna ask you for lottery
on
numbers and like stocks. Like what type of option should I go? This girl seems to know. Like,
Yeah.
She has like what's that term? Like you have premonitions about things that will hit. K-pop Demon Hunters.
oh
and
no,
all that.
not to that
Shoot.
extent.
Man.
And last question is, who do you consider to be your local god, or someone who you think is underrated and deserves more shine?
Oh, I love that question. A local god. I have to think about this one. Within the Asian American community?
Not necessarily. It could just be someone like between LA, Seoul, like anywhere. Because the term, it kind of gets to, I guess, the root of our name, local gods, where it's like the idea is locally known but globally famous. So someone that it's like, oh yeah, I actually know this person, and yo, like they're someone that should be known even more.
Well, I guess I'll just plug this artist that I'm working with.
Okay.
She's a graphic visual artist.
Oh, even better.
Yeah,
cool.
she's a
Okay.
visual artist. I do social media on the side for a friend that owns this brand called Carapongo.
Oh,
And they are,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this like you've been
This
doing
one-
this for a minute?
I've been doing this for a few months now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm very heavily involved, and
Cool.
I'm a true believer of the brand. Like I just naturally discovered it at one of the cons, or like 66
Oh.
Night Market.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's this she's a half Taiwanese and Japanese girl.
Okay.
Based in Brooklyn.
Very cool.
And she started this brand. It's a lifestyle brand. They have like cute like shirts and hoodies and rugs and blankets. And the whole ethos of Carapongo is taking care of your mental health, self-care, all that stuff. So there's cute little quotes
yeah.
on their clothing and things like that, just like little gentle reminders. But yeah, I think they're very underrated right now, but they're growing.
We're catching them before they blow up.
Yeah,
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, there's such cute characters she makes, and it's just really cute.
Cool.
Very cool.
How do you spell that?
Karepango.
Okay, Carapongo. Cool.
Carapongo.
Sounds good.
Okay. Very nice.
We always forget to do this, but like, quick fit check. Where are you wearing?
Oh my gosh, I'm actually wearing another underrated brand.
Oh, even better. We got a 2 for 1.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Here we go.
It's this brand called Sunday School.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we know about Sunday.
You know about
Wow.
Sunday School?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just like this little blouse with like a tie. I had to learn how to tie a tie.
Oh, it doesn't come with it. It's like.
It came with it, but it didn't come tied.
Oh,
I like that.
Okay.
I like that it's a real tie, not a clip-on.
Yeah.
Like you can like untie.
This
Very
cute
cool.
little skirt. It has
Cool.
Okay.
pockets.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, that's not common at all.
Yeah, it has pockets.
Very cool.
These boots I've had for so long. I don't even remember the brand. Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Represent Asian American brands.
Asian American brands, indeed.
That's cool. I keep hearing about Sunday School.
No,
Like,
they're blowing up.
Yeah.
I love them
It's
so
good
much.
to
I just
I
saw
mean,
it on
they've
social
been big,
media.
but they're becoming
I've
even
heard
more
of them.
well known.
Yeah. I remember I got a
really
gift
fire
from
pieces.
them when I did a song got on Nora is from Queens, and Sunday School did like a gift box. And I remember I got all this
Damn.
apparel from Sunday School.
Good
That was
for
the
you,
first
bro.
time I heard about it.
Very
They're
cool.
really cool. Their
Yeah.
pants are really sick.
Yeah.
They have really interesting silhouettes.
Yes.
They also do a lot of like cultural blends, like inspired by hanboks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very
Smokewear.
cool.
Designs.
Smokewear.
Yeah. Smokewear.
Smokewear?
I wonder what that means.
Yeah, love that.
Smokewear.
Learn that.
That's a term tied to. Anyway, for people that don't already follow your stuff, actually, we kind of shouted it out, but you should remind people where to find you. Yeah.
Sure. You can find me at Hello Megan Lee on all platforms. I stream on Twitch. I make videos on YouTube sometimes. And you can find me on Instagram as well.
She does it all, literally everything. I'm sure you're developing AI LLM soon too. At this point, like
We don't
Megan Lee everywhere.
support AI.
Oh, okay. Fair point. Yeah. But Megan Lee, pleasure having you on the podcast, and we look forward to seeing what's
Thanks
next.
for having me. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
This was so much fun.
Awesome. If you like what we do here on Local GODZ, tune in. Find us as Local GODZ, LOCAL GODZ on all platforms.
And give us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars. Give us a review, and we'll see you next week. Peace.